This is Penny speaking. Welcome to the session today, together with me and my colleagues Mike and Sarah. First of all, let me just do a brief introduction of Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Ngee Ann Polytechnic was established in 1963, and we offer close to 40 full-time diplomas, as well as a wide-ranging part-time programs supported by the Continuing Education and Training Academy, or CET in short. Something about the CET Academy. At CET Academy, we offer courses to the adult learners to help them learn new skills and stay relevant and remain employable. So at the bottom of the slides are just some of the key stats for information. And how do we do it? First of all, we make learning really accessible by offering not only face-to-face courses at convenient locations. For your information, we actually have satellite campuses in town. We also offer online learning where learners can pace themselves and learn anywhere, anytime. Secondly, we forge partnerships with industry experts to develop courses that are relevant to the industry. And hence, we develop courses with industry for industry. Last but not least, our courses are outcome focused, where skills acquired are applicable, work ready, and to ensure your specific needs are met. Now, our key offerings can be broadly categorized into these 5 baskets. First is the full qualification programs, where we have your usual part-time diplomas, post-diplomas, courses under regulatory framework, what we call the WSQ courses, and placement type programs such as the work study program. Next, we have your usual public short courses such as the Skills Future series, Skills Future for Digital Workplace, and the National Silver Academy. For the corporates, we also customize programs for individual companies depending on your needs. And we have niche courses such as Travel and Learn, where we bring our learners overseas in the ASEAN region and China. We also have sports and wellness programs, as well as service learning. And as I mentioned in my previous slide, making learning very accessible, we have micro-learning courses and a variety of online programs. Now, today's topic is on mastering an emerging skill, specifically in digital marketing, data science, machine learning, and FinTech. So I will talk about the digital marketing and data science program, where my colleague Mike will talk about the advanced diploma in machine learning, followed by Sara, who will touch on machine learning for humans and FinTech Foundation program. The Work Study Cert in Digital Marketing and Branding is a course for fresh grads as well as career switchers. Applicants who wish to join this program has to first pass an interview with the program team. It's a full-time program happening 5 days in a week, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The next intake is actually very soon. We are almost filled already. It's starting in 22nd June. And after the June intake, the subsequent intake will be in September. Now, in terms of course fee funding, the course fee is $15,000 and it's really heavily subsidized, 70% by Skills Future Singapore, or SSG in short, and 30% by the hiring company. And if you fulfill the attendance requirement and pass all the assessments, you will get a certificate of completion awarded by Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Now, this is the broad curriculum that this course will cover. It will cover not only the technical skill set, but also the behavioral and the mindsets, which is the soft skills. In terms of the technical skills, we have search engine optimization and marketing strategies, social media and network, and of course, corporate and personal branding. And the soft skills in terms of time management, communication, teamwork, growth mindset, etc., will be weaving throughout the 8 weeks. This is to better prepare our learners for the job place. Now, at the end of the 8-week program, we will try to place the students in jobs through our partner companies. Next on is the Data Science Bootcamp. This course, we are actually partnering this company called Algorithma, which is a leading data science academy in Jakarta. The participants will be trained in 2 main areas, namely the data visualization as well as machine learning. It is a 15-week program where participants will also be tasked to do a capstone project. There are actually 2 tentative classes upcoming. One will be in August, which will be a day class, and another one will be in November, which is a night class. As of now, for the night classes, it'll be running from Monday to Thursdays. We are still firming up the schedule for the day class. Okay, I'll now hand over these slides to Mike. Mike, are you there?
Yes, hi, sorry, I was on mute. Right, my name is Mike, and I'm actually a lecturer from School of ICT. Penny, am I coming across?
Yes, good.
Okay, so I'm from the School of ICT, and we actually run this advanced diploma. So as Penny shared, this is in the earlier part, this is considered a fully structured or full program, right? So it's quite an extensive and in-depth program. Okay, Penny, could you move on to the next slide, which is more detailed? Right, so this diploma consists of 3 parts, right? You got PDC 1, which is basically data visualization and programming for analytics. So under this PDC 1, okay, we basically brings the participants into data visualization first. Okay, so you'll be learning things like Tableau and how to actually answer business questions using data visualization, right? Concurrently, you'll also be you'll be taught programming, right? We are using Python codes, okay? And the reason for that is this is to set the foundation for the PDC2 or PDC3 later on, right? So every PDC is actually a 15 weeks program, right? And we will meet you twice a week, okay? Meaning currently we are meeting on Monday night and Thursday night. So Monday night and Thursday night we'll meet you at 6:30, and then the program will end at around 10 p.m., right? And it's for 15 weeks. So PDC 1 is 15 weeks, PDC 2 is 15 weeks, and PDC 3 is also 15 weeks as well. So I've covered PDC 1 just now. So after you have finished the PDC 1, in PDC 2, there is a module on data wrangling and another module on descriptive analytics. Okay, so in data wrangling, you'll be taught on how to actually manage data, right? And to understand what you mean by feature engineering and how is it used for analytics, right? And in descriptive analytics, we'll bring you into more in-depth understanding of how do you actually do what we call unsupervised learning. Okay, so after you have completed PDC 1, PDC 2, we will move you on to PDC 3, which is machine learning and deep learning. Now you'll be hearing things like neural networks, supervised learning. Okay, so in this fully structured program, we don't just talk about it descriptively, right? We will give you an opportunity to actually have hands-on, right, and code out some simple programs, right? The main idea is that you should move away or you should graduate with this from this course with a much more in-depth understanding of how these technologies can be used by business to make sure that they have the upper edge. Okay, so once again, it is a fully structured program spread over 1.5 years. We meet twice a week over 3 semesters, each semester lasting 15 weeks. Okay, over to you, Penny. Oh, Sarah, sorry. Dr.
Thank you, Mike. Over to Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. So my previous colleagues were talking about programs which the duration is quite deep because there's quite deep learning. The next two programs I'm going to talk about are considered short in comparison. So the first one is machine learning for humans. This is actually a fully online course, and it'll take you about 20 to 30 hours to complete. So if you would like to have a little bit of background about what's happening in the field of machine learning, this would be ideal for candidates who don't have much machine learning background and would like to find out more about what's happening in this very exciting upcoming field. So essentially, it'll teach you how to think like a data scientist and give you a brief overview of what's happening in this particular field. So it's great if you want a taster. Yep. So can I have the next slide, please, Penny? So these are the short chapters that are covered in that 20 to 30 hour online program. So you can have a quick look at these various 8 chapters. The assessment is a learning project. So if you can look at the bullet point 2 and 3, so there's a mini learning project for the assessment. And once you complete these 8 chapters successfully, then you'll be given a certification from Nanyang Polytechnic. So again, this is great for those who want an online, very short course, 20 hours, 30 hours, to get an overview of what's happening in the field of machine learning. So this is about this particular online course. Can I have the next slide, please, Penny? So this is another great program. It's one of our top short courses. This is a face-to-face. So you'll have to come over to us for about 2.5 days to complete this particular program. The FinTech Foundation program is done in collaboration with some partners. One of them is the Singapore FinTech Association. So that's one of our very strong partners. And the other one is the Banking and Financial Union. So we've got very strong backing for this particular FinTech Foundation program. Again, it is meant for entry-level executive and officers in the banking and finance area. So if you belong to that area and would like an overview of what's happening in the FinTech field, this is an excellent program for you. We run this both as a day program and as an evening program. However, because it is a face-to-face program due to circuit breaker, our next run is on hold at the moment. But if you could just register interest, then I'll get back to you as soon as we've confirmed the dates once the circuit breaker is over. So for the actual program, if you look under curriculum outline on the slide, the first 8 hours is an introduction to FinTech. So what we do is actually we invite FinTech companies, basically startups, to come and share about their FinTech business. And it's great for you if you want to do some collaborations with the startups and just network. So day 1 is great for networking for startups in the FinTech field. Day 2 is the design thinking day. So we teach you design thinking techniques which you can apply to your business to help to move your business forward. So that's a hands-on workshop. It's a very interactive workshop. Then day 3, that's the highlight of the program. It's a blockchain 4-hour training program. So what we do is that we give you some cryptocurrencies, not very much, just about $2 worth of cryptocurrencies, and then you learn how to open up your e-wallet and load up your cryptocurrencies into your e-wallet, and then do a simple transaction. So again, this is a great program if you really want to know what's happening in the FinTech field. It's 2.5 days. We run it both as a day program and as an evening program. But please do sign up if you're interested, and I will let you know when the next one is. So that's the FinTech Foundation program. Back to you. So sorry, this is the most important. How much does it cost? So so this is the cost fee. If you notice the venue, we actually run this at the NTUC center, so it's quite central. So we don't run this program back at Nanyang campus. It's done centrally so that everyone can actually come come, centrally into town and attend this program. So that's the course fee structure, and it just depends on which category you belong to, and that would be the course fee payable. Next slide, please, Penny. I think it's back to you.
Yep. Thank you, Sarah. As you can see earlier on, when we talk about the various courses, like the FinTech Foundation program, it's run in town. The Data Science Bootcamp is also run in town. So that is actually what we meant by accessible learning, where, all the face-to-face courses are not only done at the Ngee campus, but depending on the suitability of the course, we will also have it in various parts of town. Now, I would like to touch on the funding that we also have for the corporates in terms of the absentee payroll. So if any of the audience here, you are actually a company representative looking for courses for the employers in your company, maybe this is of interest to you. You can actually choose from any of the 100 full qualification certificates and selected short courses at our Nanyang Polytechnic CET Academy. The short courses can be broadly categorized into trade and e-commerce as well as digital marketing. And we also have something for the self-employed person. Under the self-employed person training support scheme, you can get up to $10 per hour of funding. And you can choose from any of the 100 Skills Future series courses at our academy. So this slide actually shows you what some of the courses can be, like in data analytics, digital marketing, e-commerce, and infocom. Now that brings us to the end of this presentation. You can go to our website, which is in this slide, for more information, or if there's any query, you can actually write to us, enquirycet@np.edu.sg. I understand that we have some questions here. There are two questions. How much is this cost for Singapore citizen? Okay, I think it's referring to the advanced diploma in machine learning, if I'm not wrong. Before I hand it over to Mike to answer this question, maybe I go to the next question, which is on the work study cert in digital marketing and branding. Is this for people looking for a job? Yes. If already employed, is it not relevant already? I'm afraid yes as well. Because this course is actually to help people to learn a skill very quickly in 8 weeks and then get them ready for a job in the market. So we are actually training the folks to be an entry-level digital marketer. So if you are already employed, first of all, I think it would be quite difficult for you to attend the course full-time because it's 8 weeks, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So that will be quite challenging for you to then take leave and attend the course full-time. And secondly, the intent of this course is really to help people to find job. So if you are already placed in a job, I don't think this course would be suitable for you. That said, you can actually explore other short courses related to digital marketing. Okay, let me go back to the first question. How much is this cost for Singapore citizen? Maybe I will just close this first. I think it's referring to the advanced diploma in machine learning. Mike, would you have a sense of costing for this particular course for Singapore citizen?
I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers offhand, but what for the participants, very easy. There is a QR code there. All the costing information is stored there, right? So
Yep.
anyway, frankly, it's very cheap with the SSG funding for Skill Future. Even I myself was shocked at how inexpensive the cost is after the subsidy from Skill Future. By the way, this program, my post-diplomas, this advanced diploma, I just want to clarify a bit more. There was a question asked, is that is a diploma, is advanced diploma in machine learning suitable for candidates with no programming background? So the answer is yes, right? When we designed this program, right, we were very clear that all participants, we will assume that you are not IT professionals, right? That means you have zero knowledge in IT. Okay, you could be a marketer, you could be a supply chain expert, you could be a sales expert, right? But you are very keen to find out what is analytics and what you can do for your business. Okay, you can join us. We'll assume that you have zero programming background, right? And that is why in the PDC 1, the very first module that you will learn is programming for analytics. And for this, we assume that you have absolutely never seen a single line of code before. And that is where we start you off. Second point I want to say is that for PDC 1 and PDC 2, okay, when you finish, you can actually don't opt for the advanced diploma in machine learning. You can actually opt for the specialist diploma in data analytics, which actually consists of PDC 1 and PDC 2. So after you finish PDC 1, PDC 2, you can graduate with a specialist diploma in data analytics. But after these two PDC, you realize that actually it's quite fun, right? And you enjoy coming and having every twice a week, coming to class in the evening. You can proceed on to do a PDC 3. Okay, so this is the advantage of this program. This program, we just launched it just this April, but to be very honest with you, this program that you see is actually a revamp of a previous program, right? A previous program that will be running for 5 years already. So for the last 5 years, we are running at full capacity, right? And what we did was we took the best of what we did in the last 5 years. Okay, we took the best of it, and then we upgrade and we add in new content, right? And so you have the advantage of coming to a class where the contents are all the latest in the area of data analytics as well as machine learning. Okay, and I just want to say that it's not easy. The course is not easy, right? Because it's a fully structured program. However, if you really want to get your hands dirty, you really want to just not know about it descriptively, but know actually how data management works and how to really understand the core ideas behind it, getting your hands dirty, then this is the course for you. I hope I have answered the questions. There's another one. Can we take just PDC 3? Or again, we have designed this course, there are 6 modules, right? It is possible to take each module individually, a la carte, okay? There's no issue with that. But please understand that when we design this course, for example, machine learning and deep learning, which is in PDC 3, we'll assume that you have already know some basic background, at least in Python. Okay, that's why this is how we design the course. Okay, but if you decide to take the course or the module individually, it is definitely possible. Penny, back to you.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Let me see if we have answered all the questions. I think it's all related to, okay, there's one question on data science bootcamp programming language is R is used, whereas for PDC 1 Python is used. Is there any difference between the two courses and any factors in considering how to decide between the two? Okay. All right, Mike?
Can I take this question?
Sure.
Sure. That's very sharp. Actually, the key differentiator between the data science bootcamp and the this fully structured program, there's 2 differences, right? The data science bootcamp is very intense in terms of, I think it's 3 days or 3 nights. 4 nights, yes. Right? And the time period is very short. It's only like a 15 weeks program. Weeks. Yes. So it's very intense, right? So it's designed, that's why it's called a boot camp. Okay. Whereas the fully structured program, the graduate diploma is a 1.5 years program, right? So from your perspective, you sign up whichever that is you're comfortable with, like in terms of what you want to take. So to answer the question on R and Python, Under our old program, we were using R, right? But now under this new advanced diploma in machine learning, we decided to go with Python. If you talk to the Python guys and the R guys, is a perpetual, disagreement, much like Apple and Microsoft. Okay, but the reason why we decided to move from R to Python is really because Python has, in the last 1.5 years or 2 years, has become very strong in the analytics side, right? Python is a generic programming language, right? But with new libraries that they are coming out, right, such as Matplotlib, TensorFlow, Keras, right, and NumPy and Pandas, right? All these libraries has strengthened Python tremendously in the area of data analytics, right? So if you join us, you'll learn all these libraries, what they mean, right? How they are being used, and Python being a generic programming program, you can link up with other areas of programming, for example, HTML side, security side, right? And utilize other libraries. And many companies decide to deploy their analytics platform using Python precisely for this reason, because it is a generic programming language. I hope I have answered your question, Ziyun.
Yes, I think that was a very comprehensive explanation. And I can see that a lot of the participants here are very interested in this course. Yeah, and there is actually another question. What would be the cost of all PDC 1, 2, 3, and whether you can do all 3 courses together, and the fee structure for foreigners? I think Mike mentioned earlier, you can actually scan the QR code here. It will bring you to the course page, and all the course fee information is over there. And also there's a question on the course fee for online machine learning for humans. Sarah, should they refer to the website as well?
Okay, I have it here. Print out the website information. So basically, the full course fees is about 695.50, but it depends on if you're Singaporean, PR, and if you qualify for any of the subsidies. So if, for example, if you're Singaporean and PR, you could apply for this course at a cost fee of 208.65. So what I would recommend again is to just quickly go into that QR code, and then the course fee table will be there, and then just see what is your status, and then that would be the course fee for your particular status.
Right. Thank you so much, Sarah. Okay, there is another question for Mike again. PDC 3 takes half year to complete or 1.5 years?
Oh, sorry, I just want to clarify. PDC 1, 15 weeks, is 2 modules. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Every PDC, PDC 1, PDC 2, PDC 3 consists of 2 modules. So it's a total of 6 modules all in all, right? So Ziyun, if you're interested in PDC 3, PDC 3 consists of 2 modules, machine learning and deep learning, right? And these 2 modules will run concurrently, and it will take you 15 weeks. 15 weeks plus another 3 weeks of break, which is 18 weeks all in all. So we actually have a 3 weeks break in between to let you recover from what we're going to do to you, right? And basically it is, to answer your question, PDC 3 is 18 calendar weeks.
Okay. Next question also for Mike. The SD in data science. SD in data science offered by MP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hui Min, right? From Hui Min, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Hui Min, good that you bring up this question. So actually, this PDC 1, PDC 2, PDC 3, which is, you can see the screen here, is our full program, which is the Advanced Diploma in Machine Learning, right? However, if you decide to don't want to take the full program, what you can do is you can do PDC 1 and do PDC 2. and then that will be a specialist diploma in data science, data analytics, we call it, specialist diploma in data analytics. Okay. Also, we know experience. Yes, both diplomas, we will assume that you have zero experience in programming and you know nothing about analytics. That is our assumption.
And Mike, do they need to take any test to qualify for the program?
No, you don't need to do. You don't need to apply for any tests, right? Having said that, right? This program has been very successful, right? For example, the current program that's running now in April, we only have vacancies for 40 students. We were oversubscribed, okay? So we had to select the students, right? But mainly, basically, is what we're looking for is students who are better if they have some kind of STEM training, right? But we also accept students from, very interestingly, from the finance world as well, right? So there's actually no test that we're looking for, lah. Okay, so that is the we don't run tests. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Mike. And I think the last two questions will be on the machine learning online course. The first question is whether there's an exam to get the certification. And the second question is again on the course fees, which I think it's best to refer to the website. Sarah also addressed it earlier on. I hope that answers the question. So Sarah, over to you. Is there an exam to get the certification?
Right. So there is assessment linked to the program. It's as long as you do the chapters, I think the assessment should be doable. So yes, the answer is that there is assessment linked to this particular certificate program. So you need to pass the assessment before you can get your cert. And just a reminder about the course fees. So the unsubsidized version is 695.50, but please go onto the onto our CET Academy website and search for this course, or you can use the QR code, and that'll give you much more details about what subsidies you qualify for. So it could be much less if you qualify for the subsidies.
Sure. Okay, we have time for the last question from Naomi, and she is a little confused on how to decide between Advanced Deep and Data Science Bootcamp. Any advice from Mike?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, my colleagues are also running the data science bootcamp as well, right? Yeah. Okay, let's think through this very carefully. The advanced diploma is a fully structured program, so you will graduate with a advanced diploma if you take the PDC or the 3 PDCs or a specialist diploma, right? And this is because we are polytechnic, so we are able to award diplomas. This is what we do, right? And these two diplomas are approved by MOE, right? So having said that, I think you look at it, the what's happening on the ground. The advanced diploma is twice a week. Most probably is Monday and Thursday. The dates can be changed, but it's essentially twice a week, right? For 18 calendar weeks times 3. Basically, it's about 1.5 years, right? So you will have you have to commit 1.5 years of evenings, right? Twice a week for 1.5 years, okay? And we will bring you very deep in because the length of the program allow us to do that, right? And we teach you, and you will learn Python, right? We are committed to Python at this point in time, at least for this run, right? For the data science program, it is structured a bit differently. It is structured in terms of a boot camp, meaning that it's very intense. Okay, so you have 3 or 4 days, depending on if it's a day run or night run, right? So basically, if it's a day run, I believe you'll be in school the whole day, right? For 3 days or 4 days. Penny, I'm not sure what's the detail now, right?
Yeah. We are working out. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's at night, then I believe it's 3 nights, 3 or 4 nights every
4
week.
nights.
4
yes.
nights every week, huh?
Yes.
Right. So that is very intense. As contrast to the other one is 2 nights a week. Okay. But of course, the duration for the bootcamp is also shorter. So another key differentiator, if I'm not wrong, data science bootcamp is on R, right? So essentially, that is one of the fundamental difference in terms of the approach. One is Python based, which is a advanced diploma, and the other one is R based, right? But the core concept in analytics, right? Well, there are subtle differences, right? But there's quite a big overlap, because analytics is analytics, right? For example, you have to learn, definitely you learn some statistics. Definitely you have to learn some, what do you mean by supervised learning? What do you mean by unsupervised learning, right? So this, you cannot run away, right? These are core topics in, if you want to go through a analytics program, right? So of course there are subtleties, there is different, but these are the main, my opinion, are main difference, because at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you able to commit for 1.5 years or 1 year, right, for a full-fledged diploma program, or are you able to commit maybe a very short intense period, right, but it's almost every day or almost every other day? Okay, so that is the main difference, I think, that makes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mike, I think you have fully pointed out. So for the individuals, if you are undecided between the advanced deep or the data science bootcamp, I think you have to look at the commitment that you can make, whether it's, you can commit for full 15 weeks very intensely. And that's the nature of a bootcamp, very intense. And you just learn everything within that short period, and then you're done. Whereas for the advanced deep or for specialist deep, it is spread out over either 12 months or 18 months, 12 months for a specialist deep and 18 months for an advanced deep. So it really depends on the time that you are able to commit. And of course, with the pointers that Mike mentioned earlier, we are using a different programming language for the advanced deep and also for data science. So probably you need to do a little bit of research into the course, what is offering before you decide which one is best for you, apart from the duration.